gather at the World Trade Center to remember those whose lives were lost on September 11, 2001, and afterwards.
That's right. Fox 5's Robert Moses is in Lower Manhattan with more on this somber morning. Robert, good morning.
Bianca and Rosanna, good morning to you. And we are in the shadow of the South Pool, and already loved ones have started to come by this morning and leave flowers to remember those who have been lost on this day. This is a day that stirs so many emotions, so many responses. Some people will volunteer today, others will reflect, still others will grieve, and others will avoid anything that reminds them of that September day some 22 years ago. Ever since the 9/11 attacks, the approach of September 11th each year brings with it a sense of dread. The memories that might fade on the other 364 days of the year return with a vengeance. Today, 22 years on, we remember anew with a familiar and painful, yet necessary ritual. Relatives and friends return to the hallowed ground of Lower Manhattan. The city observes a moment of silence at 8:46 a.m. to mark the time when American Airlines Flight 11 hit the North Tower. Then, loved ones start the reading of the names of those who died in the 2001 and 1993 attacks.
Nina Patrice Bell.
Debbie S. Bellows.
This drumbeat of sadness pauses for 5 more moments of silence to commemorate the other plane crashes and the fall of the towers. Once the 2,983rd name is read, the city attempts to return to normal. But 9/11 continues to exact a deadly toll, with more and more people dying of 9/11-related illnesses every year.
And there's no consolation, no words.
No words, because there is no way to articulate the damage the perpetrators inflicted. Lawyers for the 5 defendants, including mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, wanted conditions included in a plea deal like a guarantee that the men would not be put in solitary confinement and would receive treatment for their torture while in CIA custody. But President Joe Biden would not sign off on those conditions. No trial date has been set. But this day is not about them. It is about those who died, those left behind, and the strength of New York City, symbolized by the Tribute in Light.
The Tribute in Light was an early effort to show the world that New York wasn't going away, notwithstanding the incredible suffering that was created by the terrorist attack. And now Tribute in Light, more people see that than can certainly ever come to our Memorial Plaza here for the commemoration. And those beams shine into the sky in a way that say, New York is still here. The world should still know New York is here. We're not going to forget what happened, and we're going to look to the future.
And New York is very much still here, and that's a message you get when you are down here year after year. Vice President Kamala Harris will be among the dignitaries in attendance later on this morning. President Joe Biden will also be remembering 9/11. He will speak later on today in Alaska as he is on his way back from Vietnam. Now, as a reminder that 9/11 is never really past, but rather always omnipresent, you'll remember that just recently 2 more people have been identified, which means that the city medical examiner has now been able to connect remains to 1,649 World Trade Center victims.